decide where to focus your efforts. First of all, there are a number of built-in monetization options available within YouTube that we'll dive deeper into later on in the course. But some of the main options include showing ads in front of your videos, taking advantage of paid memberships, and utilizing YouTube's built-in brand sponsorship tool. Again, we'll be looking at these options in depth later on, but it's important to know that they're available to you. It's also important to understand that using the YouTube Partner Program to earn ad revenue isn't your only option. So let's take a look at some additional ways to earn revenue from your uploads. It's important to consider sponsorships outside of YouTube. The built-in brand sponsorship tools are relatively new, and many companies aren't yet aware of them. Depending on the type of content you're uploading, there may be companies that will be willing to pay for a shout-out during your videos. So if we're uploading videos about cooking, there may be a kitchen supply company that would be open to forming a partnership or paying for a sponsorship. You can have paid sponsorships in your videos and still display ads from the YouTube Partner Program, but you will have to let YouTube know that the video does contain a paid sponsorship when you upload it. The main goal here is to find a company that will sponsor all of your videos and pay you a set amount per video. Shorter-term partnerships may also be available, but managing them can get complicated. You can also do product reviews. Once you really gain some popularity on YouTube, you might even have companies approach you to do product reviews. There's some gray area between sponsorships and product reviews, but sponsorships tend to entail mentioning the name of a company or of a product that they sell as part of your normal uploads. Where a product review is generally a single video specifically dedicated to reviewing a product or service. You can also join some affiliate programs. Affiliate programs are partnerships where companies will pay a percentage of their earnings to you if a customer comes directly from your YouTube channel or web page and purchases their product or service. For example, the company I use to host my website has an affiliate program where if a new user signs up using my special link, they pay me a certain amount that can be used to pay for my hosting. So check on companies related to your content to see if affiliate programs are available. If you find a good one, it's almost like having a sponsorship, but with little to no management required. When talking to a lot of people that have really been successful with online businesses, most of them will tell you that the way to make a lot of money is to sell your own product or service. You can start just by publishing videos and showing advertisements on those videos to make money, but as you gain popularity and your user base grows, you might want to think about developing your own product or service to sell, because you've got an entire community that's already watching your content. It doesn't have to be the main focus of your channel. It could be as simple as branded t-shirts and mugs, which you can do natively in YouTube, as we'll look at later on in the course. Lastly, I think it's important to think outside the box and be creative. Explore the community on YouTube and look at some of the other people in your industry. You may be able to find some creative ways to monetize your channel that are industry specific. So remember, it's important to think about the other monetization options that you have on YouTube aside from the YouTube Partner Program. Keep in mind that many of these strategies can be used simultaneously to maximize the amount of money that you can make from publishing videos on YouTube. Let's talk about how advertising works on YouTube, specifically the process that occurs prior to an ad being shown before or during a video on YouTube. Like most forms of online advertising, advertisers on YouTube bid the dollar amount that they're willing to pay to display an ad on videos that cover particular topics or feature specific keywords. For each particular view on a video, the advertiser that has submitted the highest bid will have their ad displayed to the user, either before your video starts or as a pop-up banner at the bottom of your video or an ad in the sidebar of the page. Partners earn about 55% of the total amount that advertisers are paying, which actually isn't bad because YouTube is acting as an ad agent and middleman on a massive scale. To earn revenue on YouTube, you don't have to have your own sales team to go out and sell advertisements to companies. All you have to do is publish quality content, and then YouTube does all of the heavy lifting for you, and you get more than half of the revenue from it. Now, how does YouTube determine which ad gets displayed on which video? Let's take a look. So you have a video and it's uploaded to YouTube. Once a user goes to watch that video, bids from different advertisers will come in based on how much they're willing to pay, as I mentioned. So let's say we have 3 bids, one for $1, one for $1.75, and one for $2.15. The one that's the highest will be considered the winning bid. So in this example, it would be the $2.15 bid. Once it's determined which bid has won, the ad will then display on your video. And again, you'll earn about 55% of the revenue that YouTube generates from that advertisement. Now, what are some of the factors that determine when an advertiser puts a bid in to be displayed in front of a video? So, not all advertisers are going to bid for every single video on YouTube, right? It needs to fit their industry. So one of the things that they're looking at is the demographics of users. So age, gender, and location. Something else they're looking at is the keywords within the video title, description, and transcript. So that will help determine which ads are going to be displayed. So if you're uploading videos about cooking or baking, you have videos showing cakes, cookies, and different decoration techniques, I'd expect to see a lot of food-related advertisements on those videos. Maybe some party supplies advertisements, maybe some advertisements for kitchen supplies, anything related to cooking. The category that you put your video into is also important. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't have the most diverse set of category options, but it's best to select the one that's most fitting for your video. When an advertisement is displayed with your video, you're going to earn a certain amount no matter what. If the user actually clicks on the advertisement, you're going to earn even more. So the fact that YouTube is displaying advertisements on your video and trying to make them as relevant as possible in regards to the topic of the video is really in your best interest. Because if that advertisement is related to the video, then the user watching the video is going to be more likely to actually click on that advertisement, and in turn, you'll be more likely to earn more revenue from it. Another factor that helps determine which ads are displayed are your channel statistics, the views and subscribers that you have on your channel. Some of the real high-profile advertisers that are paying a lot of money don't want to be featured on YouTube channels that only have 10 or 20 views and 3 or 4 subscribers. They want to be featured on channels that have millions of views and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscribers. So as your channel grows, as you receive more video views and subscribers, you should see the quality of advertisements that are featured on your channel improve. And in turn, you should also see your revenue increase as well, because those advertisers are willing to pay more. So just to summarize a few things here, after joining the YouTube Partner Program, your videos can be monetized. And there are some specific requirements that you need to meet to join that YouTube Partner Program, and we'll talk about that later on in the course. Now, ads will be automatically served and placed on your videos based on the bids that advertisers make. And those ads are targeted based on the demographics of your viewers, the category of the video, the interests of the viewers, and your channel statistics as a whole. So hopefully understanding how the advertisement process works on YouTube will help you determine which type of content you should be creating to maximize your potential earnings. When you start using YouTube to create an additional revenue stream, it's important to manage your expectations for what you're going to get out of YouTube. In general, you can expect to make about $2 to $20 per 1,000 views on YouTube. This ratio is known as RPM, or revenue per 1,000. So if your channel receives 20,000 views a month, you could expect to earn about $40 a month on the low end of the scale, or about $400 a month on the upper end of the scale. Obviously, there's a big difference between those amounts, so let's talk about some important factors and how they can affect your YouTube revenue. First of all, it's important to produce content that provides value to the end user. Value can come in a number of different ways. It may be solving a problem for the user, it may be informing the user on a topic that they're interested in, or it might just be publishing something funny or entertaining that provides value to that user by helping them relieve stress. The more subscribers you have, the more money you're going to make. Yes, you can get video views and make money without having subscribers, but as you build up subscribers over time, the amount that you make from each video tends to increase relatively. Another huge aspect to monetization on YouTube is getting repeat viewers. When you're publishing videos to YouTube, in each video that you publish, give your viewers a preview on what your next video is going to be so that they come back again. Each additional view means additional revenue. So you really want to focus on getting repeat viewers and building that loyalty on YouTube. Again, this is why subscribers are so important. Another good monetization strategy is to create what's called evergreen content. Evergreen content is content that never gets old. In 5 years, that content will be just as relevant as it is today. Because if your goal is to make money and you're producing content that's going to be out of date tomorrow, you may earn a little bit of money on that video today, but when tomorrow comes, the video's out of date, you're not going to make any more money out of it. So focusing on evergreen content, content that never gets old, is a great YouTube monetization strategy. You also want to try and create content that's advertiser friendly. There are certain subjects and topics that advertisers will pay more money to advertise in front of. For example, let's talk about a video of a cute kitten. It may provide value to the user because it's cute, right? But how many advertisers are going to want to get in front of that? It might not be easy to find a specific target audience for that video. It's a very broad general video. It's also very similar to a lot of other uploaded videos. In contrast, if you're producing content related to car repair on YouTube, there are a lot of advertisers with decent-sized budgets that sell products related to cars, and they might say, wow, that is the perfect content for me to get in front of. I know what the target market is. My product provides value to them, so I'm willing to pay a higher price to have my ads shown on those videos. Some topics will have higher paying advertisers on YouTube. Some examples of higher paying topics include finance and investing, real estate, luxury products, cosmetics, and then movies and entertainment. If you haven't created a YouTube channel yet, it may be worth looking into these topics a bit more and doing some of your own research to find a niche that you're knowledgeable in, but that will also attract higher paying advertisers. If you already have a channel, it may be worth thinking about how you can tailor your content to take advantage of higher paying advertisers. Finance, for example, can be tied to nearly any topic. So it may be worth publishing a finance-themed video related to the topics that you normally publish about, and then take a look and see if you're earning more revenue from that video. So as you're publishing videos to YouTube, it's important, if your goal is to make money, to actually think about the content you're producing, not just so that it's valuable to the end user. That should be first and foremost. But after that, making sure that you're producing content that advertisers are going to want to get in front of. If you're using YouTube for monetization, at some point you're going to want to apply to the YouTube Partner Program. The Partner Program is what allows you to use all of the YouTube monetization features, including getting advertisers to put ads in front of your videos. Let's take a look. Okay, so here I am in a YouTube account, and throughout this course, I'm going to be using a couple of different YouTube accounts. This is one that I've created that's a brand new account, so it should look pretty similar to those of you who are just creating YouTube channels now. And then we're also going to be taking a look at one of my established accounts. So to find where we can apply to the YouTube Partner Program, right now we're on our channel page. So you have to go through the, creating an account process. But then once you finish that, you can get here. And then we're just going to go up to the top right. We're going to click on the drop down. And we're going to go to YouTube Studio. Now from YouTube Studio, we're going to scroll down this list on the left side of the screen, and we're going to go to Monetization. So this is where we can apply to the partner program. And as you can see, this account is not yet eligible. So right off the bat, it tells us that we need to have 1,000 subscribers and we need to have earned over 4,000 public watch hours. We also have to have two-step verification turned on just to make sure that your account is secure. And we can't have any active community guideline strikes. So those are like copyright infringement type things. We've used music that's not ours, things like that. So you do need to get the ball rolling with YouTube before you can apply to this program. And then you can also click this notify me when I'm eligible link so that it will let you know when you have access. Now let's move over to an established account so we can just see what some of the options will look like in the monetization section. Okay, so here I am in an established YouTube account. Notice that I'm on the monetization link and we have a whole different screen in front of us. So being part of the YouTube Partner Program allows you to do video advertising. It allows you to add products from a store. If you want to do some shopping monetization, it allows you to have paid memberships. And it allows you to use a few other features, including this newer feature called Brand Connect, which can help you find sponsors through YouTube. So you don't have to go outside of YouTube to find your sponsors. And then you can go to each of these tabs up here to take a look at more. But just getting started, you want to make sure that you get those 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 public watch hours. Then go ahead and apply to the YouTube Partner Program. And you should hear back within a day or two if you're eligible and meet all the requirements. If you go back to where we just were, on this screen right here, we have this link that says Learn More, and this is where you can look at all of the eligibility requirements. So if you scroll down a little bit, it'll have some of the things that we've already talked about. But one of the ones that I wanted to show you is that you have to be in a country where the YouTube Partner Program is available. So here's a link for that. And if you click on that, it brings up a list of all the countries where the Partner Program is available. So just go ahead and read through all of these requirements, make sure you meet them, go ahead and get your watch hours, subscribers, and then apply to the Partner Program so you can start earning money from YouTube. In order to be as effective as possible with the uploads that you publish to YouTube, it's a good idea to create a content plan. So let's talk about some tips to help you when creating a content plan. First of all, it's a good idea to do regular uploads. Now, depending on what you plan on doing, this could be a certain number of videos a month, a certain number of videos a week, and then also maybe on the same day. So maybe every Monday you publish a video, or maybe the first of every month you publish a video. By doing that, you increase the chances that people will catch on and come back to your channel regularly to see what videos you've been publishing. On the same note, you may want to think about doing themed days. So earlier in the course, you saw I created a channel for pastries. So maybe we have Frosting Friday, where we talk about different frosting recipes every Friday. So all of our frosting lovers will know to tune into our channel on Fridays because we're going to upload a new video. Now you can also do multi-part series. So maybe you have one topic, but you split it into 4 videos. That way in video 1 towards the end, or even at the beginning, but towards the end, you could say, hey, don't forget to tune in next week for part 2. And then in part 2, you can say, don't forget about part 3. It's another great way to get people coming back to your channel. I also recommend that you prepare your title, description, and tags ahead of time. Once you finish editing and exporting a video, uploading it to YouTube, the last thing that you want to do is have to go in and do some SEO and figure out what the title and description is going to be. Now, have that all ready to go so that once you're done editing, you're pretty much done. You just need to upload it and copy and paste. Now, at the same time, it's a good idea to do some uniform branding. So that might be the same little jingle at the intro of all of your videos, have your logo in there, maybe the same thing at the end of your videos. And then you can maybe have a unique catchphrase or something that you use as part of your videos as well, just to increase your brand recognition so that people become more comfortable and familiar with your content. That will make it more likely that they watch it in the future. Now, to do a lot of these things, I recommend using templates. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I mean by that. I'm going to show you how I use templates on my YouTube channel. Okay, so here I am on my YouTube channel, and I'm just in the channel content section after going to YouTube Studio, and I just clicked on a video to open it up. So you can see that I have my video title, and then I have the description. Now, I actually use a template for the description. I just use a text edit file. You could use any word processing application that you'd like, and I have a template that has the description. So obviously, I have to change this part every time, but then it also has the table of contents. So I need to update this table of contents, but it's already spaced out. The structure is already there. And then these 3 links at the bottom are in all of my YouTube descriptions. So I don't have to change this at all. And this is maybe the whole reason I use a template, so that I can just go ahead and copy and paste. I create a duplicate of the template, then I change the table of contents, change the description, and I just copy it and paste it in. So that's one of the templates that I use. Additionally, you'll notice that here's the YouTube thumbnail of my video, and it has this little logo at the bottom left. And if we go back to my channel content, you'll notice that all of my videos have that. So I actually use a template for my YouTube thumbnail. So when you go in to upload a video, there's this thumbnail section here, and you can just choose one of the YouTube recommended thumbnails. They'll just pick a part of your video and they'll suggest it as a thumbnail, or you can upload a custom thumbnail, which is what I do to get my little logo here in the bottom left of each of these thumbnails. So I just use GIMP. It's basically the same thing as Photoshop, but it's free, so good idea to check that out. And I just have a template for the thumbnail. In each video I do, I just bring in a screenshot or image related to the video, I paste it in, and then I export it and upload it as the thumbnail. Now, I also do the same thing for the title of my video. So I just said, so if we go to view one of these videos, You'll notice that at the beginning, I have this little image where I have the title of the video, I've got my logo and website, and then I have a little image over here on the right. Well, I do this for all of my videos. I use GIMP as well. The black bar never changes. The logo never changes. For the text, I just have to type the new title. The font and the size is all the same. And then I bring in this image over here, but this image, I usually bring in the same image that I use on the thumbnail. So it makes it pretty easy. So if we were to go back and just take a look at another one of my videos here, you'll notice that here it is, same thing. I just have a different title and a different image, but this was all done using a template in GIMP. This really helps improve the efficiency of your uploads. So, definitely a good idea to do some content planning. And then once you've started to do that and you see the videos that are coming up, think of ways that you can use templates and just do things a little bit more efficiently so that you can spend more time focusing on creating valuable content than editing and uploading and doing SEO for titles and descriptions, that sort of thing. Try to streamline your process, and I think you will definitely find you'll be more successful on YouTube because you're going to upload more videos. In this video, we're going to look at how we can add some branding to our YouTube channel page to make it look a bit more attractive to the users that are watching our videos. Okay, so here we are on the YouTube channel page of the channel that I created earlier in the course, and there's basically nothing here. We haven't even uploaded a video. But what we want to do is we want to make this channel look more like this. So this is one of my YouTube channels, and you can see that up at the top here, we have a channel art image. We have our profile image set up. We have some links where we can go to the website, the Instagram, or the Twitter page. And then if you click on About, we also have some About information, which tells us about the channel. So we want to recreate this on the channel that we just created. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go up here and click on the Customize Channel button. Now, the layout section doesn't have too much for us right now because this deals with our channel after we've already uploaded videos. So we want to move over to the branding section. We want to upload a profile picture and a banner image. Notice that to the right of each of these items, it tells you the recommended specifications. So they're saying for the profile image, it should be 98 by 98 pixels and 4 megabytes or less. And you should use a PNG or a GIF, although you're going to see that a JPEG will work, but you can't use animations. So let's go ahead and click on Upload. You'll notice that I have this YouTube profile image. So I'll go ahead and select that and click Open. Now we can kind of crop and adjust this a little bit if we'd like. For the profile image, it's only going to show what's in the circle. So you could move this, make this a little smaller, see if we can get the whole pastry in there. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So we can go ahead and click Done. So we can see we have our profile image in there. Now I will say that sometimes it takes a little bit of time for these to propagate for you to actually see the live changes on your channel. So if you're not seeing anything right away, that's why. But now let's go ahead and let's also upload a banner image. For this, it says that it should be at least 2048 pixels by 1152 pixels and 6 megabytes or less. So I have that created. So let's go ahead and click Upload. You'll notice that I have this channel art image. So let's go ahead and click Open. And again, we can crop this. Now, one thing that we see a little bit different here is YouTube shows us what this image is going to look like on different types of devices. So this little box in the middle here, where it says all devices, this is essentially what it's going to look like on mobile devices. If we move out, this is what it's going to look like on desktop devices. And then if somebody is watching YouTube on their TV, like with an Apple TV, you can see it will show you kind of a larger image. So I could move this around. Let's say I wanted to capture these three instead. And maybe I do because I like a little bit of color for these pastries over here on the left. So let's go ahead and let's use this one right here and go ahead and click Done. Now, before these changes show up on our channel, we do have to go up to the top and click on Publish. So let's do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some more info to our channel, and then we'll take a look because I want to move over here to the Basic Info tab where we can add a description. Now, I already have a description written and I have it in a text file. So I'm going to pull that up and I'm just going to copy and paste it in here. So here's the description and we'll just paste it in there. And then we can scroll down. Notice you have some different options. We could add a language if we know that our channel is always going to be in a particular language. I don't really want to limit ourselves, so I'm not going to do that. You notice that here's the URL of our channel. So if we wanted to share that, we could. And I believe I have some links in that text edit file as well. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and add my website. We'll enter the URL over here, and we will just enter what it is on the left in the link title. And so we've added a couple of links. Now it asks us, do we want to put the links on the banner? That's what we saw on the other channel that I showed you, where they're up at the top right of the screen. So we can say, first 2 links, since we only have 2 links. I'm not sure how that would appear if we selected 5, but only added 2, but we'll just make sure that it's the same. We have 2 links here. We'll choose 2 links down here. Then we should also add an email address so people can contact us for more info. This is really important if you're trying to get some sponsors, right? If you're creating a YouTube channel, creating awesome content, getting subscribers, and you want companies to reach out to you, well, you need to give them a place to do that. So let's go ahead and let's add an email address. Once we're all set, we'll go ahead and click on Publish again. And now let's go view the channel. So you can see the channel opens up, and we still don't have any videos, but it is looking a lot more professional. First of all, we have our website right here, and then we have this Twitter link as well. Now you notice that the logo here, I think that comes from the website itself. I think it's the favicon of the website. Same for Twitter. Now, once we start uploading videos, they'll appear down here at the bottom, and this channel is going to look pretty professional right from the get-go. If we go over to the About section, we have our description. For business inquiries, we can be emailed, and then we also have our links down here at the bottom as well. I highly recommend that you do this before you start uploading videos, because everybody, when they first get on YouTube, the first thing they want to do is create that one video that they've been waiting years to create, that they've thought about for so long. It's going to be the best video ever. And first of all, I don't recommend doing that video first. I recommend getting a following and learning a little bit about YouTube and your process before you upload that holy grail video. However, even if you're uploading another video, you want, when people go to your channel, for them to trust you and for it to look professional. So don't upload videos with a blank YouTube channel. It's just not going to help you. Get this part done first, so that even if you have one video, when people come to this channel page, they say, wow, this looks really professional. I can tell that they're new, but it looks like they're going to have some really great stuff. So I'm going to subscribe now and get in early. That's what you're looking for. So go ahead and get your channel customized. Maximize the revenue that you earn from YouTube, it's important to make search engine optimization part of your content production process. The better optimized your videos are for search engines, the more traffic they'll receive, and in turn, the more money you'll make. So what factors contribute to SEO on YouTube? The video title is probably the most important aspect of your video when it comes to ranking in search engines. You want to make sure that all of the primary keywords related to your video are in that video title, because it carries the most weight when search engines scan your video. The video description is also important. Generally, it's a good idea to expand upon your video title in the description. Be more specific regarding what the video shows. It's a good idea to use synonyms of words in your title in the description to make sure you're optimizing the video for any related search terms that the user may type. Video tags are also important, and I want to stress this point because if you're familiar with search engine optimization on articles or blog posts, you may know that tags are no longer looked at. They used to be back in the 90s, but that feature was abused, and Google and Bing no longer look at tags in your articles. But on videos, YouTube does, and they've made that publicly evident, so don't forget to add them when you're uploading your videos. The video transcript also matters. If your video has speech in it, YouTube will crawl over that video and turn your speech into text. The technology is evolving. It's not 100% there yet, but YouTube does use it when they rank your video. So if you do have speech in your video, make sure that you're using those same keywords when you're speaking that you use in the title and the description to tell YouTube what the primary topic of your video is. Lastly, video performance matters as well. The more likes and comments your video has, the higher chance you have of ranking in search engine results pages. Another aspect of video performance that matters is how long people are watching your video. If you have a 10-minute video and people are only watching the first 30 seconds, YouTube's going to look at that and say, people are only watching 30 seconds of this 10-minute video. There must not be a lot of value in that video. They're leaving really quick, so we're not going to rank it very highly. However, if people are watching that 10-minute video for an average of 8 minutes, YouTube's going to say, wow, there's a lot of really valuable content in this video. They're spending a lot of time watching it. Let's go ahead and rank that video at the top. So a pro tip that I have is every time you upload a video, go right away, go to that video, give it a like. That's not going to hurt you, but watch it all the way through. You don't even have to watch it. You can walk away from your computer. You made the video. You know it's in the video, but get a view in there that watches it from start to finish. That will kind of jumpstart that YouTube algorithm so that right away kind of ranking and performing a little better than you would be if you didn't watch it all the way through. So that's just something that I do. Maybe it's superstitious. I know that average view time does matter. One view isn't going to really make or break you, but that view is so early on in your upload, I think it's an important thing to do. So in addition to the primary factors that I've talked about, let me quickly go over some SEO research tools that I think might be helpful. First of all, you should always be using the Google and YouTube search autofill results. That's when you type into the search box and you see a list pop down below. Those are terms that are searched a lot, so they're always good content ideas. A couple of the best tools to use are Ubersuggest by Neil Patel. You can use Ahrefs, been around for almost forever, or at least as long as the internet's concerned. If you're looking to spend a little bit more money, you can use the Moz tool, the WordStream tool, or SEMrush. If you want to find out more about these tools, make sure you check out my course here on LinkedIn Learning on digital marketing tools. I go into all of these tools a little bit more in depth. And in my Marketing on YouTube course, I actually give you an example of using the Google and YouTube search autofill results to perform keyword research. So that's a whole video dedicated just doing that. So I recommend you check that out as well. Let's talk about some considerations that you should be making when recording and editing your videos for YouTube. First of all, video length matters, and it matters a lot. Longer videos are going to earn you more revenue, but they risk irritating the viewer. If you have a video that is 8 minutes or less on YouTube, you can only have 2 ads, one pre-roll ad at the beginning and one end roll ad at the end. If your video is longer than 8 minutes, however, you can add as many ads as you'd like, although I don't recommend doing that. Let's take a quick look. Okay, so here I am on YouTube, and I just have one of the videos that I've already uploaded. I have the video details pulled up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the left, and I'm going to go to the monetization section. So you'll notice that monetization is turned on for this video. It's a long video. It's 16 minutes and 29 seconds. We're using all types of ads. And then down here, you'll notice there's a section that says location of video ads. So we have our before video pre-roll, our after video post-roll, and then we have this during video mid-roll. And it tells us that by default, they'll be placed at natural breakpoints to balance the viewer experience, which I recommend doing. However, you can click on manage mid-rolls, and you'll notice that you can add your own ad breaks in here. So you can add essentially as many as you'd like. I think they might have to be spaced out by a minute or something like that. But if you have a 16-minute video and you have 16 ads, people are not going to watch that. They're going to leave almost immediately. So it's definitely not a good idea. However, if you haven't yet created your YouTube channel, you may want to think about a channel where you can create content where the whole video will be valuable, but the video will be longer. 15 minutes long, 20 minutes long. If you can do a 20-minute long video that has a lot of value, you're going to make more money because you're going to be able to put more ads in that. So it's definitely something to think about. Now let's talk about some considerations that you should be making when recording your video. First of all, the minimum resolution that you should be recording in is 720p. You may also want to do 1080, but anything below is out of date and just isn't going to look very good on YouTube. You really want to invest in a good mic. You can record your videos on a mobile phone, on an iPhone, on an Android. Most of them all do HD recording, and the video quality, if everything else, your set and your lighting is good, will be fine. However, the audio won't be very good. Notice just in the photo over here to the right, she's recording with an iPhone, but she has a boom mic set up because audio is really important. So a lot of people think about, well, what video camera am I going to get? Don't even worry about the video part. Worry about the audio part. It's going to be more evident, especially if you're already recording in 720p or 1080p. You definitely want to have a good mic. You also want to focus on your lighting. And this is especially important if you are recording with a phone or a more affordable device. You want to make sure that you have good lighting. Nobody wants to see a really dark video where it's hard to tell what's going on, and nobody wants to see a really washed out video that kind of hurts your eyes. So lighting is very important. You also want to record with editing in mind. If you have watched some of my other courses, or if you just follow me in my YouTube channel, you'll know that I try to record so that I have to do as little editing as possible. If you're just using YouTube to have fun, you can spend as much time as you want editing. But if you want to make money, you need to make your recording and your editing efficient. So you should be recording and thinking about how you're going to edit that video, and think about how you can record to minimize the edits that you need to make. And if you're going to be recording regularly, maybe with yourself on camera, I would consider creating a filming set. So a place in your home or office where you always do your videos. That way you don't have to worry about lighting for every video you do. Your lighting is set, your background is set. It makes everything a lot more efficient, both from a recording and an editing standpoint. Okay, now let's talk about some considerations you should be making when editing your videos. First of all, less is more. And I mean this in a couple of different ways. First of all, what I was just talking about. You don't want to be spending hours and hours editing each video on YouTube. To make money on YouTube, you need to have a lot of videos. So you want to keep your edits as crisp and clean as possible. If you can record in a way where you don't even have to edit, that's perfect. You also might want to think about using standardized elements. We talked about this earlier in the course when I talked about templates, but having a standardized intro and outro for your videos will make it real easy when you go to edit, because you can just insert the intro, insert the outro, and then just do whatever edits you need in the middle. Definitely make sure your audio is loud enough. I know that seems obvious, and we already talked about sound quality, but it's pretty easy to, not realize what setting you have your sound on when you're editing, and it sounds great and loud, and then you realize that your volume was almost turned all the way up, and you view the video on YouTube and you can barely hear it. So you'll have to kind of go back and redo all that. So definitely make sure your audio is loud enough and keep your files organized. When you start editing videos, you're going to have a lot of different video files. Things are going to be cut in different places. You might have some just audio files that you're using. I would create a folder for each project that you're working on, each YouTube video, and then keep all the videos and audio files associated with that YouTube video in that folder. So now let's talk about some options when it comes to editing software. First of all, if you are doing screen recording like I do a lot of, if you're on Windows, you're going to want to use Camtasia, and if you're on Mac, you're going to want to use ScreenFlow. Here's a little secret of mine. I use ScreenFlow for everything. I don't just record with ScreenFlow, I edit with it. I love ScreenFlow. I think it is probably the best all-in-one recording and editing software available, Windows or Mac. If you are just editing videos, there are a few different options. Kind of the top of the line options are Final Cut Pro for Mac, Adobe Premiere Pro for Windows or Mac, if you'd like. Apple iMovie is a little bit easier and cheaper for Mac, and then OpenShot is an easier and cheaper editing software for Windows. So hopefully, with all of these considerations, you can keep your recording and editing efficient. Again, to make money on YouTube, you need a lot of videos, which means you want to spend as little time recording and editing as possible. Focus on the value of your video. Try and record in a way where you don't have to edit, and then just keep those videos coming, and you will make money on YouTube. The time has finally come to upload and optimize our first video as part of this course to YouTube. So let's move on over to YouTube and jump right in. Okay, so here I am on the channel dashboard of the YouTube channel that I created earlier on in the course. And to upload a video, we're just going to move over to the right side of the screen and click on the upward facing arrow that says Upload Videos. Now, I want to mention that the editing software that you use may allow you to upload videos directly to YouTube. For example, I use ScreenFlow a lot, and I upload my videos through ScreenFlow. So if you want to do that, that's great, but I do want to show you the default method. So now we're going to go ahead and select the file that we'd like to upload. I have this movie on my desktop. It shows you how to pipe some frosting onto some ginger cookies, so that's a good fit for the channel. It's a short video, but that's okay. We'll just go ahead and click to open this video. And now we're at the screen where we need to fill out all of the details about this video. As I mentioned earlier in the course, I think it's a good idea for you already to have this kind of organized and ready to go. So I have a text edit file with the title, description, the tags, and everything I want to use. So I'm just going to open up text edit. You'll notice that I have the title, tags, description, and the table of contents is part of the description. Same with this link down here. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to copy the title, paste it in. We'll go back to text edit, and we'll grab the description. So that's all of this. And I want you to notice that I have already created the table of contents. So what this does is it will actually create a clickable table of contents on the YouTube video so that we have 3 chapters. And obviously this is a very short video. I probably wouldn't normally add chapters to this video, but I wanted to show you how it works. Okay, so those are our chapters. Then we also added a link so that users can go someplace to find out more information. So let's go ahead and copy that and paste it in the description. Oh, we have a spelling error. Let's go ahead and correct that. Now, if we scroll down a little bit, we can go ahead and we can upload a thumbnail if we wanted to. Now, as this video uploads, it's at 80% right now. We will eventually have an auto-generated thumbnail that we can use. And since this is such a simple video, I didn't create a custom thumbnail, but for now, we're not going to do that. And then we do need to specify whether or not this video is made for kids. This has to do with just some legal ramifications of creating content that is intended for kids. So it's not like, hey, might kids watch this video? Well, yeah, it's about cookies, right? But it's not made for kids. This is made for chefs or people at home decorating cookies. So no, it's not made for kids. If it is, you definitely want to check that it is. But once you're ready, if you needed to add an age restriction, you could down here. We could look at some more information. So let's go ahead and do that because we have the tags already. So if our video has a paid promotion, we need to let YouTube know. I mentioned that earlier in the course as well. It doesn't mean that you won't be able to have ads, but some advertisers might opt out of advertising on videos that have sponsors. So that's just something to keep in mind. YouTube does do automatic chapters now. However, I wouldn't really trust that well. So we can go ahead and uncheck that. We put our chapters in the description of this video, so we don't need to have YouTube automatically create them for us. And then you can choose if you want, places to automatically be added. We'll just uncheck that. Here we go. Here's the tags section. So let's go back to text edit. Let's grab our tags, copy them, and then go ahead and paste them in. And you'll notice that because I separated them with a comma, they all come in as a single tag. And then there's just some more information down here you could add as well. You can put a language if you'd like. There's no voice in this video, so that doesn't really matter. Do you want to allow people to embed it on other websites? Yes, you do, because that means more people are going to view it. And ads can show on other websites as well. Of course, you want to notify everybody. So there's not really anything else. Oh, we do want to select the category. Now, YouTube's categories are kind of limited. So you'll notice that there's nothing in here for like cooking or baking or anything like that. So we kind of have to choose the best option. And I tend to choose, for my videos, I often choose education, even though I do a lot of technology videos because I'm educating on technology. Maybe this is a how-to video, how-to and style. These categories have not been updated in over a decade. I can tell you that for sure. Maybe since YouTube first came out. But it is important to add one. Configure some more commenting settings and things like that. But this video has been uploaded. Its checks are complete. No issues have been found. We may get an issue when we hit next because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to add a link in the description of this video yet because this account is so new. But let's see what happens. Oh, it let us go. Great. So there's some other video elements that you can add, but we'll talk about those later on in the course. So for now, we'll go ahead and just click next. It's going to check for any copyright issues. And we definitely want this video to be public because we want to make money. So we want anybody in the world who wants to watch it to watch it. So we'll make it as public. We could schedule it for a later date if we wanted to. So if you want to get ahead of the game and you're doing a themed day, maybe you have like Thursday is a certain theme. We talked about frosting Fridays. We could schedule this for Friday because it is a video on frosting, right? So let's go ahead and now click publish. So we can see that our video has been published. We could click on this video link right here to go see it. However, I like to look at it in a different area. After I publish a video, I like to go over here to content, and you'll see that the video is published. Now, it might say, if it was a longer video, it might say that it's still optimizing. When you first upload videos, they may be in a lower quality at first while YouTube finishes optimizing and everything. So it might take a few minutes for your video to show in high quality, and it also sometimes takes a few minutes for your chapters to show up. But let's go ahead and let's click on this video, and then let's click over here to the left to view it on YouTube. So you can see here's a video, and our chapters are in here. So you see at the bottom, pan of finished cookies. Now we're piping the lavender flowers. And then we have this other section where it says adding more color. So the user could click to just go to the section about adding more color. Right? And there's our second color coming in at that chapter. If we scroll down a little bit, we have our description, and you can see our table of contents has come in properly. Obviously, we know that because we saw it up here, but I could click to say that adding more color, and you'll notice it just goes to that point in the video. Adding the table of contents is really, really big for the user experience, especially if you're doing long videos. Allow your users to jump around in the video to the part that they need to see. They're going to be more likely to like that video, subscribe to your channel, and then share that video. So hopefully you're comfortable now with how to upload videos and really optimize that title, description, tags, get a table of contents in there. Make sure to add a link so that you kind of have a call to action or a place where people can go, and go ahead and get started and start uploading as many videos as you can. Remember to focus on the value, but that you do need a lot of videos to make money on YouTube. So don't be afraid to upload a video once you've finished recording and editing. That we've uploaded our first video to YouTube, let's talk about the things that we should be doing immediately to boost the visibility of that video. First of all, you should watch that video all the way through. I mentioned it early in the course, but one of the biggest indicators that YouTube uses to rank videos is the average view duration. So if you're the first viewer of your video and you watch it all the way through, that video essentially starts out with an average view duration of 100% of whatever the video length is. That's a good way to start. It's not going to stay that way, but it's good to get the ball rolling early. I kind of look at this as a bit of a YouTube hack that not everybody knows about, so now you do. Also, give the video a thumbs up. It's not going to hurt you. Some people like to see other likes on a video before they start liking it. So again, getting that ball rolling early, go ahead and like the video. Also, make sure you share that video to your social channels, whether you're using Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, whatever it may be. Go ahead and make sure you share that video. Hopefully you have other content on that social channel in between your video uploads so that users aren't just getting flooded with your videos that you're uploading. But it's definitely a great way to get more views. You also want to embed that video in your website if you can. I kind of look at this as another YouTube hack, and I'm just sharing all of my secrets with you guys. But one thing that I do is when I upload a video to YouTube, I then create an article on my website that has kind of a text version of the video, but I try to actually include information that isn't in the video is on my website via text format with the video embedded, so that if somebody hits my website, they might read the text and say, oh, I should watch this video. And if somebody watches the video on YouTube, they might say, ooh, I want to find out more. Let me go to the website. So you're kind of doing some cross marketing there, but it can be a really effective way to get more views because you're also getting views from people who are finding your website in search results and then going to your video on your website instead of just finding it on YouTube. And finally, you want to make sure that you're responding to comments. So whenever you comment on a video or whenever somebody comments on your video and then you respond, they get a notification. And if they click to respond again to your response, they're going to your video and they're going to watch it. So you're going to get another view just from that, but it also creates a relationship with your viewers that can be helpful for getting repeat views in the future. So I recommend that you follow all of these tips as soon as you upload a video to increase the visibility of that upload and in turn, earn more money. Earlier in the course, we talked about how much money you can earn using YouTube ads, but it's time to take a bit of an in-depth look. First of all, I want to mention that YouTube ads are the primary way to earn money with YouTube. Of course, you can do sponsorships, and of course, you can sell products and services, but generally speaking, most content creators on YouTube earn the bulk of their income from YouTube ads. And of course, you must apply to the YouTube Partner Program in order to enable ads, so you need those 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public view hours. In addition, once you have monetization enabled on your account, you need to go in and enable monetization on the videos that you've uploaded. So let's move on over to YouTube and take a look. Okay, so here I am on one of my YouTube channels, and you'll notice that I'm in the content section in YouTube Studio, and we have a column here next to all of my videos that says monetization. And you can see that right now it's enabled for all the videos we're looking at. However, when you first upload a video, it's probably turned off. So you need to come in here and you need to make sure that you turn monetization on. Now there is a way to turn on monetization by default, and I'll show you that. We can go over here to the settings on the left side of the screen. Then we can go to upload defaults, and then we can go to monetization. And you'll notice that I have everything checked here, even mid-roll ads. Now, I will say for some reason, this doesn't work very well for me. A lot of times when I upload videos, they are still disabled for monetization. So you can go in and enable this, but make sure after you upload that you check each video manually. It's going to be a lot easier to do that when you upload a video than to go back in the future and do it for 100 videos. So come in here, enable monetization. When you do that, you can mouse over the video details here and click on the dollar symbol to go to the monetization settings. So in here, we can choose the types of ads that we'd like to use. And you'll notice that for all of my videos, I have every single ad type selected. And the reason that is because the ads that are going to show up on your video are going to be the ads with the highest bidder. And if you aren't including, say, overlay ads, well, you might still get a skippable video ad, but maybe somebody was willing to bid more for an overlay ad. It would probably be the other way around, right? If you disabled skippable video ads, you'd be losing revenue because, yeah, you'd be showing overlay ads, but you missed out on that advertiser who was willing to pay more for a video ad. So by enabling all ad types, you're maximizing your potential revenue that you can earn from this video. You can also choose the location of the video ads. Now, we talked about this earlier in the course, but videos longer than 8 minutes, you can actually add a mid-roll ad. But if it's less than 8 minutes, as this one is, you can only have a before ad and an after ad, a pre-roll and a post-roll ad. So even though this checkbox is checked here, there aren't going to be any mid-roll ads on this video because it's only 3 minutes and 51 seconds long. So if we were to go back to the channel and we were to select a video that is a bit longer here, say we'll do this one, we click on monetization, you'll notice that it's also turned on, but now I have the option to enable or disable the mid-roll ads. And as we took a quick look at, I could click on manage mid-rolls and I could add ad breaks anywhere in the video that I'd like because this video is over 8 minutes. Now, these ones were added automatically by YouTube and I like to keep it like that. I think YouTube does a good job of adding in those mid-roll ads, but not adding too many of them where it could irritate the user. So remember, once you get accepted into the YouTube Partner Program and you start uploading videos, go in here into the content section of YouTube Studio and make sure that you have monetization enabled for each video. And then you can come in here and customize some of the ad placements if your video is longer than 8 minutes and if that's something that you'd like to do. Although YouTube ads are generally the main way to earn money on YouTube, it's always a good idea to diversify your monetization strategy, and selling merchandise is one way to do that. So what can you sell on YouTube? Well, pretty much anything, but the top options are branded merchandise. So that is using an online e-commerce platform that has a bunch of options for you of shirts and coffee mugs and all sorts of things that you can slap your branded logo on and then sell it. And it will have your brand on there and look as though it's yours, but you didn't create the product. But you can sell your own products, which can include handmade crafts or really any product that you can add to one of the supported online stores. So that brings us to the question, which platforms are supported by YouTube? Well, there's 4 of them. The first one is Shopify. They also support Spreadshop, Spring, which used to be Spring Tea, and Suzuki. Now, I'm most familiar with Shopify and Spring. Spring will allow you to sell the branded merchandise that I talked about. So they have a whole bunch of options. You upload your logo and then you can print it on a t-shirt. Shopify will allow you to add your own products. So if you have a company, brick and mortar store, but also a YouTube channel, you can add your products to Shopify and then you can add your Shopify store to your YouTube channel. So let's move on over to YouTube and look at where we would do that. Okay, so here I am on a YouTube channel that has already been approved for the YouTube Partner Program. So we're going to go to the left side of the screen and we're going to click on Monetization. Now from here, we're going to click on Shopping. So notice that we now have the option to connect a store to our YouTube account. However, if you're new to this, I recommend that you click on this Learn More link. This brings up an article on Google that gives you all of the information about shopping on YouTube, including all of the eligibility requirements, which locations are supported, which shops are supported, and how you would go about setting up your shop. Now, if we go back here to YouTube, if we wanted to connect a store, we could just click on Connect Store, and it's going to ask us where our store is. So what you would want to do is you would actually want to go ahead and go to Shopify, and you're actually going to go ahead and you're going to sign up for an account, and you can go ahead and you can create an online store. Once you have your store set up on Shopify, there'll be an option to link it to your YouTube account. And once you've completed that, you should see your store here in the shopping section of channel monetization. You can then specify that you want to show your store beneath your videos on YouTube. And when somebody watches a video, right beneath your video, you'll have your store listed with the products that you chose to show there that people can then purchase. So I think there's a little bit of confusion because a lot of people only sell the branded merchandise, which is great. If you have kind of a fan favorite channel where you have a cult following, then they're going to really want to buy your branded merchandise. However, for some people that's, not getting that many subscribers, but they might be doing some how-to videos on products that their company sells. Well, you can actually sell those products directly on YouTube. You just have to get them in an online store like Shopify. So I would focus on earning revenue with YouTube ads, but then you can start to diversify a little bit. And I think one of the best ways to do that is by using these shopping features here on YouTube. YouTube memberships allow you to earn some additional income while giving your viewers access to exclusive content on YouTube. Let's take a look. So here I am in a YouTube account that has been approved for the YouTube Partner Program, and I'm in the monetization section, as you can see on the left side of the screen. From here, I'm going to click on memberships. And I think the easiest way to explain how this works is to jump right in and start setting it up. So notice that we have this option where we can set up a membership offer. So let's go ahead and click Start. So notice that on this screen, we have a template that we can work with. And by default, YouTube says, hey, why don't you have 3 levels of membership? You can have level 1 for $2.99, level 2 for $6.99, and level 3 for $25. Now, again, this is a monthly fee. So you can see some of the things that we can offer as part of a membership. For level 1, we can offer loyalty badges. So these are badges that would appear in chat if you're doing like a live YouTube, and they should also appear in the comments section on YouTube. Same with emojis. The emojis are for the chat as well. So this is really good if you're doing a lot of live streaming on YouTube. And notice that it also says priority reply to comments. So comments from your members will show up above comments from non-members underneath your YouTube videos. In level 2, we can now give member shoutouts as part of our video. We can share some photo and status updates, and then we can produce some exclusive members only videos. And I think this is probably the best way to go about using memberships, especially if you're first starting out, is to create some content only for your members. I recommend doing behind the scenes content. So you have your normal content, your normal YouTube channel, and then somebody says, well, what goes into the production of your videos? Or what do you do to set up, everything? You can start creating some members only behind the scenes videos. And then you can see here YouTube saying, hey, in perk number 3, you could allow them to connect to you on social media, and you could give them something else too. Maybe they have access to a part of your website if you have a website, or maybe they get to meet you in person at a monthly meetup somewhere, something like that. And notice that you can change this. So you could only do 1 level of membership, you could do 4 levels, or you could just start completely from scratch. You scroll down here, there's just some videos that you can watch that talk about membership perks. So you can go ahead and you can kind of go in here on your own and start setting that up if you'd like. If you go down here, you can customize the default perks. So this allows you to change the status badges that people chat in the comments. So you can use some generic YouTube badges and you can kind of see what they look like, or you could upload your own. So that's kind of cool if you're, publishing on a particular topic, say cars, you could have every badge be a different car, right? And it gets better as they have a higher membership or after they've been a member for a certain amount of months. So you can get really creative with this if you'd like. I would definitely recommend establishing a YouTube channel and just regular uploads and have a good amount of subscribers before you start with membership, because it's not going to be very valuable to you if you don't have many subscribers. Now, the other thing I want to show you is if you do decide to do some exclusive videos, when you go back to your content section of YouTube, where it says visibility, for the videos that are members only, you're going to want to select members only. And again, I think this is the best way to use this feature. Again, behind the scenes content, without naming any businesses, there's a news channel that I watch on YouTube, and you can see all of their videos live. However, once the video is no longer live and you just can view it as their regular videos, you have to be a member to view it. So that's another option that you could use. Anybody can watch it when it's live, but once it's on the YouTube channel, it's members only. So again, if you combine YouTube ads, maybe some shopping with some memberships, you really start to diversify your monetization strategy, which kind of makes your monetization setup more robust and more future-proof, so to speak. Monetization diversification on YouTube, the conversation wouldn't be complete without talking about sponsorships. The first thing that I want to mention is that you should be using the Brand Connect Media Kit on YouTube. What's that, you ask? Let's take a look. Okay, so here we are on my YouTube account. We're in the monetization section, and across the top, you'll notice that we have a tab called Brand Connect. Now, this actually used to be FameBit, which was a service that connected brands with influencers and content creators, but it got bought out by YouTube, and they actually stopped the self-management side of FameBit. So you can't go in and try and find a brand, but brands can still search for you. So you just kind of have to be lucky or just be really popular, and a brand will reach out to you. However, there's another feature. If we look to the right side of the screen, you'll notice that there's this media kit, and we have a little bit of information right here about what type of audience I have here on YouTube, high-end computer aficionados. I like that. That's awesome. But if we click on the View Media Kit link at the bottom, we get a real nice media kit that says some of our statistics. And the really good thing about using this media kit is that these statistics will update. If you're creating your own media kit in a PDF, you have to go in and update those statistics every time you send it to a new company, right? So that they're relevant and hopefully your statistics are just getting better and better. So you want to update it. If you use this Brand Connect Media Kit, the statistics are put in there for you. So you can just come in anytime you want and you can download this PDF and then you can send it to a brand. So you'll notice it has a whole bunch of stuff. First of all of your statistics in terms of views and watch time, average view duration, returning viewers, that sort of thing. But then it also has demographic information. So, gender, age, and then country as well. So that can be really valuable. You can see that 13% of my viewers come from India. I could start to maybe reach out to some brands from India, right? Because I have a pretty good viewership from them. If we scroll down, we even have more information, including audience interests, and then their shopping interests. So there's a ton of valuable information here. I didn't do anything to put this together. This is automatically done by YouTube, and you can easily just download it and send it to brands. Now, with that being said, where do you find sponsors to send the media kit to? Well, there are a number of different options. The first one would be LinkedIn. Now, you say, well, okay, LinkedIn, yeah, Facebook, Twitter, could be any of them. No, LinkedIn is probably the best one because LinkedIn often has the roles that people play in a company. So if you go to a company, say, hey, I want to be sponsored by Nike, you can go to Nike on LinkedIn and you can look at their employees and try and find either the social media marketing manager, they might even have an influencer manager. Anybody in marketing could probably point you to the right place. So that's a good way to kind of get the person in the company that you're looking for. Now, at the same time, you can use Instagram, and Instagram is a good choice because Instagram has a ton of influencers, which, yes, there's competition there. However, the people that are managing brand accounts on Instagram are very familiar with working with influencers. So if you're looking for the person that can sign the check or at least have you sign the contract or send over the contract, you can find the brand that you'd like to be sponsored by on Instagram and then send them a direct message, letting them know that you'd like to be sponsored. You can send them your media kit and hopefully you'll get a response. Now, additionally, you can just use company websites. This is almost like old school cold call marketing, right? You find who the marketing manager is and you give them a call. Yep, that's what you can do. And guess what? There are people who are very successful at doing that. Now, there are also a number of influencer marketing platforms, and I specifically chose not to mention any of them in particular in this video because right now that market is really changing and these companies are getting bought out every day, every month. So if you were to search Google right now for influencer marketing platforms, you might find a handful, and then a month from now, you might find a handful that are all different, and some of them have been bought out, been rebranded. So I don't want to mention any specific one, but I do recommend that you go and take a look. There are some decent ones that will help you find sponsorships, but I think using the Brand Connect Media Kit is really important, and also be established before you do this. Focus on the YouTube ads first. Get to be into the YouTube Partner Program, get some ads running, build subscribers, and then you can go ahead and get your media kit sent out to some companies to see if they're willing to sponsor you. Interacting with your viewers on YouTube. Interacting with your viewers on YouTube doesn't directly put money in your pockets, but it does increase the chances that your videos will be more profitable. So what are some of the methods of interaction on YouTube? This is helpful in a few different ways. First of all, when you respond to a comment, somebody clicks and views it, and then they come back to your channel to maybe respond again, and so now they have a chance of watching more of your videos. Secondly, you might answer a question that somebody else has as well, and when they see that you've responded in the comments and really they get the answer they're looking for, they might trust your channel and your brand more and be likely to watch your videos in the future. It just shows people that you are interacting with the community and that you care about what people think on your videos. Now, one thing that you can do is you can also link to other content, especially if people are asking questions in your comments. My main YouTube channel, I have 400, 500 videos. So a lot of times people have a question on one of my videos and I've already answered it in another video. They just haven't found it yet. So when they ask, I can go ahead and post that in the comments section. So they'll come back, they'll see the video that they already watched, and then they click to watch another one of my videos. So all of these are views that contribute to your revenue per 1,000 views, right? So definitely think about linking in your comments when you can. It also may be a good idea to post comments on related channels. Now, I'm not saying to spam all of your competitors and that sort of thing. You want them to be tasteful. But if you are watching a video related to your industry and you look at the comments and you see somebody asking a question that's answered on your YouTube channel, go ahead and post it. But if you never looked at those comments, you would never even know that that was there. So you do have to interact with the community to find these little places where you can get a little bit more traction, maybe get a few more views, and then maybe you get more shares, and it all adds up. Monetizing on YouTube can be as simple as turning on YouTube ads, or you can do all of these little things that accumulate over time and really increase the overall amount of revenue that you're earning. Another thing that I would like to mention is ignore negative feedback. Okay, this is YouTube. You're going to get negative feedback no matter what you do. So it's easy to kind of get all wrapped up in it, but just ignore it. If somebody, if it's constructive, maybe you can respond. If you have an answer, if somebody has a question or does find an actual issue with your content, then I do recommend that you respond. But if it's just one of those annoying troll type posts where they're just trying to push your buttons, absolutely ignore it. Now, let's move on over to YouTube and take a look at where we can interact with the community on our YouTube channel. Okay, so here we are on our YouTube channel. And first of all, right from the dashboard, you'll notice that we have our last video right here. From here, we could click to see the comments, but I'm going to show you a few other ways to get to those comments. So hang on to that thought for a moment. You'll notice that there's a comments link in the left side of our page. And if we click on that, it will show all of the comments on our channel. Now, by default, it shows all the ones that you haven't responded to, but I could X this out and it would show all of the comments. So here's the one that we had earlier in the course and that we responded to. So if you have a smaller channel, this is a great way to just come in bulk and just interact with all these comments. You can just like certain ones. If they say, hey, thanks, you can just give it a like maybe. But if they ask a question, you can respond right in here. Now, alternatively, if you have a lot of content, you can go to the content section of YouTube. You can click on the little chat box, and now you'll be looking at comments just for this video. So definitely a big thing on YouTube. Interact with the community. Don't be stagnant, and you will build a more trustworthy following and in turn, earn more money. On YouTube may not directly put money in your pocket, but it does help your videos become more discoverable and visible, which means more video views and in turn, more money. Let's take a look at an example of how playlists can be used, and then we'll talk about how we can create them. Okay, so here we are on my YouTube channel. You'll notice that we have a featured video, but then below that, we have a number of playlists. So you can see right off the bat, we have, latest full-length software tutorials, latest Google tutorials, Mac OS tutorials, Android, iOS. So if somebody comes to my channel and they say, well, I have an iPhone, so I don't need Android tutorials, but I'd love to see those iOS tutorials, they can click and they can view just the iOS tutorials as opposed to going through all of the 400 or 500 videos on my channel just trying to find all of the iOS videos. Now, as we scroll down, you'll notice that I have some of these same playlists, but displayed differently. So you can see a little bit more about them. You can see how many views they have, when they were recorded. And I think this just makes the channel page look a lot more professional. So if you have enough content to create these playlists, it's a great way to enhance the look of your channel page, but also, like I said, increase the visibility and discoverability of your videos. Now let's take a look at how we can create some playlists. Okay, so we're back here on the Pro Pastries account. We're just on our channel dashboard. So to create some playlists, I'm going to move over to the left side of the screen and I'm going to click on Playlists. Now, obviously, we have nothing here because we haven't created any playlists yet, but let's change that. At the top right, we can click to add a new playlist. We can go ahead and give our playlist a title, and I think we'll create one just called Frosting since we've talked about Frosting Fridays. And we already have a video that features us frosting some cookies. So I think that will work really well. We definitely want this to be public. If we're creating a YouTube channel to make money, everything needs to be public. We want as many people to see our content as possible. So let's go ahead and click Create. So we've created this playlist. It looks really boring because there's no videos in it yet. But we can go ahead and click on the pencil to add a description to this playlist. So you can see right now it says no description. We can just say videos dedicated to frosting pastries. Sounds good to me. So we'll go ahead and click Save. Now we don't have any videos in this playlist, so let's add some. We're going to go back to YouTube Studio by clicking on the drop down at the top right and then clicking on YouTube Studio. And from here, we're going to click on Content to see all of our videos. Now we only have one, but that's okay. It's dedicated to frosting, so it works for our playlist. So let's click the checkbox to the left of the video, and then you'll notice that we have this drop down that says Add to Playlist. So we can just click in the frosting playlist and then we can click save. But notice that if we wanted to, we could create a new playlist right from here. But we've already created it. So let's click save. So we've now added it to the playlist. So let's go back to our playlists and let's take a look. So there it is. It looks a lot better now just with that one video because of that thumbnail. So we've created the playlist. However, it's not on our channel page yet. So let's see how we can add that. We're going to go to the top left. We're going to view our channel on YouTube. You can see right now, all we have is this one default playlist that's called Uploads that is just on every YouTube channel by default. But we want to add our custom playlist. So we're going to click on the Customize Channel button. Now from here, notice that at the top, you could add a channel trailer for people who haven't subscribed. I haven't, but I think this is a good time to do it since we're here anyways. So you could create a dedicated video for people who are new to your channel. Say, hey, welcome. This is what my channel is all about. That's a good idea, especially once you're established. And then you can come in here and you can add it. So that's the first thing people who aren't subscribed to you see when they go to your YouTube channel. You can also add a video for people who are already subscribed to you, a video that they see when they come to your channel. And you can make this be your latest video, which is a nice option since they're subscribed, so they've already watched a lot of your videos. But our goal is to add a playlist. So if we scroll down a little bit, you'll notice that we have this area called Featured Sections. And we have the one Uploads playlist that like I said, is added by default. And this will include every single video you upload to YouTube. But we can click the Add Section button. You'll notice that we have a number of different options. So we're going to add a single playlist right here. But notice that we could add multiple playlists. We could add a section for our popular uploads, which I have on my channel. If we're doing YouTube Live, we could add a section for what's currently live on our channel, which if you're doing YouTube Live, I absolutely recommend you put that at the top. And, there's a few other options in here as well, but we want to create a single playlist. We only have one playlist to choose from, so let's choose it. You'll notice that it's now added down here at the bottom. Now, like I said, this uploads playlist is going to include every single video on our channel, although right now it's the same as the frosting playlist. But as soon as we upload one more video and we don't add it to frosting, these will be different. I recommend keeping the uploads playlist maybe at the bottom. You can put your customized playlists higher up, so that's what the viewers see first, since that's content that you're looking to highlight. So once you've got your playlist added and in the right place, we can go up to the top right and click on Publish. So now we can go over to the top left and we can click to view our channel on YouTube. We have this frosting playlist right here. And then we also have the uploads playlist. And I know it looks redundant right now, but like I said, one more video gets uploaded and these are going to look different right away. So utilizing playlists may not be something that you do when you first start using YouTube, but once you get quite a bit of content, it's a really good idea. Let me give you another pro tip here as well. If you have playlists on your channel and somebody says, hey, what's the link to this video? They want to watch a certain video on your channel that they know you have. If you send them the link to that video from a playlist, after they're done watching that video, the next video in the playlist will play automatically. That's just a quick little YouTube hack. If you're going to send somebody a link to one of your videos, you might as well send that link from the playlist so that once they finish watching, you get more views. So creating playlists might not be the first thing that you do when you start a YouTube channel, but once you get a lot of uploads, it's a great way to not only organize your content, but to make it more visible and discoverable for your viewers and in turn, earn you more revenue. Uploaded some videos and your channel is starting to get some views and interaction, it's time to review your YouTube analytics. Let's jump right in. Okay, so here we are in the analytics section of one of my YouTube accounts. You can tell we're in the analytics because I've just clicked on analytics over here on the left and it's highlighted in red. So we start off in the overview section, and this is a great place to get a bird's eye view of how our channel is performing. Obviously, right off the bat, we have a graph, and the graph shows us how many views we've gotten. And I want to point out, all of this data right now is for the last 28 days, as you can see up here at the top right. If we want, we could click on this drop down and we could change the time frame. We could even add a custom time frame. So I just want you to be aware of that. So this is all for the last 28 days. So you can see views, watch time, subscribers. I've removed some information here, so you can see revenue information has been removed, but you will see it over here on the right side of this overview page. If you click in these tabs, the graph below will change. So you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. On the right, you can see some real-time information. So you can see your current count of subscribers. You can see this counts at 197. I wish it was at 200. That would look so cool, but I'm almost there. You can see how many views we've had in the last hours and kind of, which hours are more popular. And if we scroll down a little bit, we can see some information on how we could improve our channel, why the views on this channel are currently lower than usual. And then at the bottom here, you have your top content in this period. And I think this is really important because this is a great way to see what content is performing best so that you can try and recreate similar content in the future. If you look at this list here, my second most popular video is from 2012. Okay, I actually did an updated video for that, and this first one is still more popular, even though I really think the second one is a lot better. It just, with SEO and the amount of interaction that it's gotten, that video has stayed kind of towards the top. So I would look at this list and I would say, how can I recreate some of the content in this list with new content that's similar, that's the same style, that's kind of the same format, because that's obviously content that's performing really well. So that's what you can get here on the overview page. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of the other sections. Let's go to the content section. Okay, so here in the content section, we see some similar information. You can see how many views we've gained. This is for the last 28 days. However, we can also see our impression click-through rate and our average view duration. And this is really important. I wish that this was a percentage, right? Because all my videos are different lengths. So 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Well, if all my videos are 3 minutes, that's awesome. If all my videos are 30 minutes, that's probably not so good. So, you can only get a little bit of information. If your videos are similar length, then that might be useful to you. And again, you can click to see the graph and how it changes down here at the bottom. Scrolling down, however, we can see that there are some videos that are retaining their audience better. So these 4 videos listed here, people are still watching 30 seconds in, which I know seems crazy. Like, really, most people are leaving before 30 seconds, but that's kind of how YouTube works. People jump in, they start watching the video, they say, oh, no, it's not for me, or they skip later on in the video. So for whatever reason, these 4 videos are performing really well in terms of audience retention. So again, I can look at this and say, well, how can I recreate that in the future? Scrolling down a little bit here, we can see how viewers are coming to our channel. So 37% of my viewers are coming from external sources. I'll tell you that a lot of that is going to be Google search. Okay, 26% from YouTube search. I would say that most of that 37% is from YouTube search. 21% from suggested videos. So this is a great way to see where people are coming from, to see where you should focus on. Because I have so many people coming from external search, I do like to focus on SEO in my videos, but I might also say, hey, how can I improve my other sources of traffic based on, Google's great, but how can I, get more views from suggested videos, that sort of thing. And again, we see our top videos as well. Just some more information down here. Not super important right now. Let's go ahead and move to the next section, the audience section. The marketers might like this section. So at the top, again, some more bird's eye view, how many returning visitors we're getting, how many unique viewers we're getting, and then how many subscribers we've added in this period. So you can kind of get an idea of how many subscribers you're going to have at a certain point based on how many you're adding every 28 days. So we can scroll down and see some other information, other channels your audience watches. That's an interesting place to do some competitive research, right? I could go ahead and look at these channels, see the type of content that they're producing, and not going to obviously copy anything, but just maybe get a little inspiration for content on my channel. You can see videos growing your audience. These are going to be videos that you're getting the most subscribers from. Here's a really important statistic. It's when my viewers are on YouTube. So you can see the majority of my viewers are on YouTube kind of in the morning throughout the work week, but then also Saturday. So this is a great idea for me to use in terms of when I should be uploading my videos. It looks to me like anywhere between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. Monday through Friday is a great time for me to upload videos because that's when my viewers are on YouTube. So that's definitely something to take note of and to utilize when you're uploading your videos. We can also get some geographic information, where my viewers from, United States, India, United Kingdom. Also important for targeting your audience in terms of the type of content that you produce. And you can see that on my channel, I don't get a ton of views from subscribers. I get views from non-subscribers. And that's because I do tutorials and bug fixes and workarounds. So people are searching Google, they're finding my YouTube channel, they're watching my video, it's helping them. But I have so many different workarounds and bug fixes for different platforms. They don't really feel like, oh, I really need to watch every video that he publishes, because some of them are for tools that they're not using and that sort of thing. And then we also have some more demographic information. Again, very important for targeting. I'm at 70% male. I could definitely utilize that. One, to say, oh, how can I make my content geared, more towards men since they're watching my channel a lot. But, I could dive a little deeper into that. And of course, we have ages down there as well. So this is a lot of great demographic information. Again, marketers are going to love that section. I'm going to skip over the revenue section just because I have a lot of personal information in that section with this account. Needless to say, it looks very similar to these other sections, and you can get a lot of good information in there in terms of which videos are making the most money. So I would definitely look in that section, because just because one video is getting the most views, it doesn't mean it's making the most money, right? We talked about earlier in the course how different advertisers want to advertise in front of different videos. So you might have a really high RPM, revenue per thousand view rate, for a certain video, and it might not be getting all that many views, but you're making a lot of money, whereas another video might have a really low RPM, although it's getting a lot of views. So you do go on how many views a video is getting. And then this research section is a really cool section of YouTube where I can actually go in here and I can look at my viewers' searches. So what are people who are already viewing my channel, what are they searching for? So obviously we have a bunch of tutorials in here, and I won't blame you if you cherry pick some, but I'd appreciate maybe if you didn't, because I'm really sharing so many secrets. And so these are all topics that I could come in and say, maybe I should do a tutorial on this, maybe I should do a tutorial on that. And obviously this is going to be tailored for your specific YouTube channel. So absolute goldmine in terms of coming up with new content. Now, I just want to mention, if you do go to the content section of YouTube, you can also see some statistics. And I really like to look at this section a lot, because right off the bat, I can see how many views, comments, and likes versus dislikes my videos are getting. When I first upload a video, throughout the day, I'm refreshing, 5, 10 times, checking every couple hours and seeing how many views, do I have any dislikes yet? And you can see I've been pretty lucky with these last 4 videos. I don't have any dislikes. So, that won't last forever, but I'll ride that train as long as it's going. So hopefully this will help you in terms of, after you've started publishing some content, going back in and seeing which content's most successful, which content needs work. It will really help direct your efforts in the future and help you make more money per video, right? I want you to make more money in less time. All about bulk, how many videos you upload, but making sure that when you do upload a video, it's set up to perform and make money for you. Uploading videos, and you start to get a content library. At some point, you're going to want to manage your uploaded videos. So let's take a look at how. Okay, so here we are in YouTube Studio, and I'm in the content section. So I've just clicked on content on the left side of the screen, and that brings me to the list of all my videos. We've seen this screen throughout the course, but I've never actually talked specifically about it. So let's take a look. First of all, notice that right from the screen, we can change a few things. So I could change the visibility of my videos if I wanted to. I could also change whether it's set for monetization or not. So I could turn monetization on or off from here as well. I can also take a look at some information. I can quickly see when it was published, the views, comments, and likes. But if I mouse over the video right underneath the title, you'll notice that from here, I could edit the details of this video. I could go directly to the analytics specifically of this video, which is really nice, because when we looked at analytics earlier in the course, we were looking at our YouTube channel as a whole. But we can actually look at the analytics for individual videos in this way, just clicking on the analytics button here. We could go directly to the comments for this video. We could take a look at the monetization options. Instead of just turning it on or off, we could decide which type of ads we'd like to display, if we want mid-roll ads, that sort of thing. And then there's a few more options as well. You can get your shareable link right here. So if you want to quickly share this on one of your social networks, you can also promote this. You'd be promoting it as a YouTube ad. So you can upload a video, and I would recommend, if you're going to do that, it works out better if you actually create a dedicated video to use as an ad than just promoting one of your normal videos, because sometimes it takes a little while for you to get into the meat of your content, and if you just promote that video, it might be kind of boring when people see it as a pre-roll ad or something like that. You can download your videos from here, and you can delete them as well. Now, one cool feature that I really want to mention is that you can actually bulk edit videos. So if I hit select all right here, it will select every single video in my account. And then I could go over here and I could bulk make changes. So I could set all of the videos to public or private. I could change the monetization settings. I could add them all to a specific playlist. I guess I can't do all of my videos for the playlist. Let's try and see if we just select the ones on this page. Yeah, if I just take the ones on this page, I can add them to a playlist, and I could delete them if I wanted to as well. One other feature here in the content section, as you're managing your videos, if your library gets really big, at a certain point, you might want to filter through some of your videos. So if you click on filter, you can filter by the monetization status. So you could say, well, wait, did I monetize all my videos? Are there certain ones that I didn't monetize? You could do that. You could filter by certain titles. So you could put title, and then you could enter a certain keyword in here. So I do a lot of videos on Google Drive. So I could search for Drive, and then look at this. Here's all my Google Drive videos. So there's really a lot of options for filtering. You can filter by views. So it's going to be over a certain amount of views or under a certain amount of views. So that's another great way to review your content, to see which videos are performing best and really which videos are performing the worst, because it's easy to go into analytics and see your top videos, but it doesn't have your least popular videos, which is important information when you're creating content in the future. So you can do that here in the content section of YouTube Studio. You could also filter by visibility. So once you start uploading videos and you need to manage them, this is where you can do that in the content section. You can pretty much do anything from here. So don't forget to take a look at this. I'm actually in this section of YouTube more than any other section, more than the dashboard, more than analytics. This is where I go to in YouTube because I like to just see my views and my comments and my likes and how my videos are doing. So hopefully this will help you manage your videos on YouTube. I'd like to leave you with some parting tips and resources for you to be as successful as possible. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Your main focus should always be on valuable content. If your content is valuable enough, the money will come, and then you can use all of the tips and strategies that I've shared to edge it up even higher. Avoid perfection looking to make money off of YouTube. It takes a lot of content to make good money on YouTube, and if you're spending too much time on each video, you may never reach the financial goals that you're striving for. Along the same lines, be ready to play the long game. YouTube is not a way to get rich quick. In fact, I often tell people that YouTube is about getting rich slowly. Publishing 10 videos is unlikely to amount to much financial gain, but publishing hundreds or maybe even thousands will, especially if you follow the strategies in this course. Remember to maintain thick skin. You'll receive nasty comments on your videos. People in your personal life may judge you for being a YouTuber, but if you know your content is valuable, own it. And oftentimes those judging are just jealous of the financial freedom that you're creating. To make money on YouTube, you need to create, and then create some more. When in doubt, don't stop, publish another video. In regards to some helpful resources, make sure you keep an eye on YouTube. This is the official YouTube blog, and any updates to the platform will be highlighted there. I do have a few additional courses that you may find interesting. I have a